Another 100 miles. You hear the sound of the wind for hours. You fall into an altered state. And just like that, the wind becomes water. It rushes past you. Your cruise control swims in it. In the desert, it's the first sign. You pass the threshold. Be on the lookout for mirages. Maybe it's sitting in one position for hours, the constant speed, the solid concentration that becomes meditation. Maybe it's road hypnosis, or perhaps the spirits in the dust and sand are trying to talk to you. Whatever it is, anyone who tours long distances on a motorcycle knows the feeling. They've seen the phantoms. They're sure they've experienced missing time. They say there's a way you can put yourself in this altered state very easily. You have to go 70 miles per hour and ride the dotted line. Then you listen to music that has 103 beats per minute. The beats and the miles per hour sync up perfectly. It reinforces passage over the threshold. You can do this at different speeds, just calculate the sync timing. Then you too can see and hear the phantoms. You will be rushing through the water. There are all kinds of motorcyclists. Some want to race, some love the dirt. Others make their way down backcountry discovery routes. Some haul their custom bikes from one bike week to another to show off their chrome and paint jobs on Main Street. Meanwhile, the bikers who like to tour long miles are always out there, at one with their mirages. In Austria, they have the Erzberg Rodeo, the toughest race for hard enduro bikers. The 25-mile race takes place in a working iron quarry, changes every year, and must be completed in 4 hours. The course scrambles all over the Iron Giant, a mountain that peaks at 2,500 feet, more than twice the height of the Empire State Building. Nearly 1,800 riders compete, but only 500 qualify for the final race. Usually less than 20 finish in time. These odds are known every year before the race. Still, hundreds try to run the course. Some want to win. Others are glad just being in the top 500. And others just want to say they've been in the race no matter how it turns out. The Erzberg Rodeo is an obvious challenge. One can stand and look up at the mountain, gaze deep into the iron quarry, slip on the mud on the steep forested slopes, gape at the size of the boulders in an obstacle called Carl's Diner. Yes, the rodeo is amazing. The challenge so obvious to see. It's the opposite of road touring. But that opposite has its own challenges. One of them is the Mirages. They say never judge a man until you've walked a mile in his shoes. By then you have his shoes, and he's a mile away. Likewise, never judge a rider by the type of riding he does. All riding has its mountain. Every type of riding has its threshold. Being in the zone of that threshold will always take a toll while giving its reward. Each type of riding evokes its own altered state. A place of mind and body forged in the heat of knowing and activity until it becomes you. From the outside, one may wonder, why would anyone want to tour on a motorcycle? Some would say there is no checkered flag. There is no glory. The challenge is simply surviving monotony, frozen in one position, unable to relax from concentration, lulled into thinking there is no danger, eternally tempted to add more miles to what has already been done. In a day, 400 miles, 600 miles, 850 miles. And the more one does, the more one can do. A tour rider slowly acclimates to the progression of miles. It's as if the goal of touring is to arrive at a condition where one stays on the bike and never gets off. One's life literally becomes the ride. All that talk misses the point. When the Mirages come, the touring ride is timeless. In that altered state, the ride expands into the center of opposites. One sits still, yet flies along. Distance shrinks the more one covers it repeatedly. Concentration and meditation are one. You're open to the world while alone with yourself. Every moment is golden, as much as it doesn't matter. Neither start nor stop points define the purpose. The Mirages encourage you to daydream while operating heavy machinery. The flow becomes a still point into which thoughts escape. The certainty of one's position ensures the dynamic expanse of exploration. The straighter the road, the stronger the mirage. The more same the scenery, the more mirages appear. A straight road in the desert is a hero's dose of touring. The mirages of motorcycle touring are sacred. They differentiate space, provide an existential value, supply an orientation in the cosmos. Reflect on the rider as the fixed point negating the chaos. A rider whose focus use of the present moment makes that real. Doorways, thresholds, divisions between worlds, between sacred and profane. The ride becomes a symbol of that holy passage from one world to another. The mirages are a sign given by a reality fulfilled by engaging at the level of one's soul. We don't rise to the level of our expectations. We fall to the level of our training. The opposite of faith is not doubt. The opposite of faith is certainty. Have faith in your mirages. They're on the road, but they come from you. You're the one who rides the long miles. It is a practice little understood consciously, but the conscious mind need not be involved. Find a desert. Find a straight road that doesn't end. Trust your mirages. Become the ride.